Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'll just put a video on screen. Yeah, this is going to be kind of like an update. As you all know, it maybe heard about Eagle Moss, what has happened. I'm not going to be doing a build tonight, and obviously for the future. Hopefully I might get some parts to maybe moderate it. We'll just be discussing what I can do, because obviously I've got the dish for done, and if I can get the top part done, I maybe be able to warm out and get a lid over something. But it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just I'm not doing any builds with Eagle Moss at the moment. To be fair, I mean, I've done the DeLorean and that's finished up there. But I feel really sorry for everyone who is doing the builds, and obviously, as you know, Kev at Nexus did a live tonight, and Wayne, and it's just, you've got to think about, obviously yourselves and your models, but then, as we were saying, it's the staff. Because as I say, I believe that they wouldn't have known anything about this. And I know that from where I work. There's big stuff going on right now, I'm sure of it, where I work. We don't hear anything because we're just the minions. Mm-hmm. Then until something happens, that's when we find out. So I fully believe that no one knew this was coming, apart from,
Yeah.
But obviously, Mark, what you've got 3 on the go, haven't you?
Yeah, yep. I've got the Ecto one, the DeLorean, and the wooden Titanic. I mean, the wooden Titanic, I'm not into it as much because I've only done pack 5, even though I do have pack 6 and 7 to do. So, but the Ecto one, that is just so near to finishing. And the DeLorean as well, that's quite near to finishing. And I've invested a lot of money in Modz for it as well. So...
And not only that, I mean, you had a massive delay with that DeLorean anyway, didn't you?
Yeah.
For a long time, you were waiting on parts, and then all of a sudden they sorted it out, and now this.
It's not good because, I mean, okay, right. Eagle Moss had the faults, and I've been on numerous phone calls having arguments with them about when they took money and stuff, because they would change the frequency of it without informing me. So at one point they would take it, I set it to every 4 weeks, and then they decided to change it to every 2 weeks, and I can't afford that. And they just take random payments whenever they wanted to. So, you never knew when it was coming, and they just take a payment. And there was no like portal or anything with Eagle Moss to check your account. You couldn't check what was happening. So...
I know it's time to get the stuff to get back.
But then there are people that are now going to be out of work, and is mine a little bit more insignificant when somebody's going to lose their job and their income, and especially the cost of living going up, it's not what people need right now.
How are you doing?
So,
no. And obviously another person's mention is obviously Marvel Pits, Todd. I mean, he's done some amazing work on his.
Yeah.
And he's not finished his, and the hours he spent doing his programming and looks stunning. And what's going to happen with that? I mean, I think I've got every faith that he'll be able to work something out, whether he goes down the 3D printing route or something like that. But
you could get that dish finished, as I say, you could turn it into a.
Yeah, that's the same, wasn't it? Danno, if we can get the dish finished, then it still lights up. The electrics are semi-functional. You could get like a power mod to run the circuit board, put a switch on it from the outside. You could still turn the lights on and off and have it as like a light in the background or something.
Yeah.
Trying to make the best of a worse situation.
Yeah, they were saying before. It's like, it's unfortunate that this has happened. And if I was a little bit further on and the dish was complete, I could have just gone, all right, I'll cover the bottom up, the power mod into it and have it up on my wall, because that's where I wanted it, in the living room. On the it looked like it was flying on my wall.
I mean, it's probably not even remotely, what's the word? I can't think of my words tonight. It's not going to be the same, but, I suppose worst case, you could maybe get a hacksaw to it and cut round the bit and then have it so it looks like it's crash landed into the wall or something.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is what's gone on. But we can't do. There's nothing we can do about it.
No.
There's nothing we can do about it if that's happened. And
it's confirmed, isn't it, that they've gone into liquidation or whatever. However, we don't know, or you don't know yet, what's going to happen with that. They could be working on some sort of solution or to try and get the builders finished at least. Which I guess you don't know.
No.
So,
until we can figure out what happens.
They could come up with on our subscriptions that are already in, but we're taking no more.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they haven't had a delivery of parts for quite a few months now, and that's what they were blaming it on, that they was waiting on a shipment of parts, so there was delays. But obviously the customer service are only going to tell you what they know themselves. They're not, if they haven't been told what is actually going on, then they're just going to tell you what.
Office for them.
Yeah. So it's sad. And I mean, I know, Geordie Dave, you were looking at doing the 1966 Batmobile, and
there was a lot of excitement about that. I had someone comment on one of my videos, "Oh, when's that coming out?" And it was looking promising because they've got some of the website up for it, but not anymore.
It's going to rock things, but I don't think it's going to affect Harshet or any other company.
I think the only thing it's going to affect is people may get scared of where the part works because halfway through the company goes bust.
Yeah.
Just how quick it's happened.
Yeah, no company is secure.
No.
As Nexus says, how many people fought the likes of Woolworths, Debenhams?
I mean, I'm really nervous about the camper. I'm not going to lie. That is coming soon. But after my first experience with them, yes, I know it was done with Eagle Moss and they had their own issues, but I never saw the model, and I lost my faith in them completely, and I really had to think, do I want to do this camper? And I've had such a bad experience with it.
I'm the same. I had a bad experience with them, and then
I thought,
I'll give them a second try. But
with the Agostini and their website, their new website or revamped website looks promising. You can actually see your order status now. You get more information. I know mine's been dispatched and it's on its way. It's in the post as we speak for my first couple of issues. But then I'm scared now because of the history of Eagle Moss and their sister companies. Plus, it's right at the beginning of the build. It's a couple of years off yet. Anything can happen in that time. And I don't,
I rang D'Agostini yesterday to find out what was happening with mine, because mine hasn't shown up that it's shipped yet. And I pulled them up on, hang on a minute, on your subscription email that you sent me, they said I'll have my first pack within 10 to 12 days.
Yeah.
And it's not even shipped yet, and it's been over a week. I'm thinking about the camper. This just doesn't sound great.
Well, that doesn't sound great. No, mine was processing. I made my order, then the next day it was processing, and then the day after that it was shipped. And I'm still waiting for it. I've not had it yet. It says it'll have 3 weeks, but
they turned around to me and said, it got shipped yesterday. When I spoke to them, it got shipped today from their warehouse. But yeah, on my account it's still saying it's processing. And why send an email saying you'll get your stuff within 10 to 12 days, and it's been over a week and it's still processing?
Yeah, that's it. If that happened to me, that would be red flags, and I probably would have cancelled it.
That is just lying to your customers, isn't it, really, by saying that and stating that, and you're not doing it. And
that's why these companies end up getting the bloody wall.
And I just spoke, the person I spoke to, I said, you just model space under a new name. You're still the same customer service as Model Space used to have.
Anyway, sorry, who's doing the chat? We better say hello to our viewers.
Right, I'll do it.
Sure, I was going to say I do when I started a sneezing fit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First of all, we've got Yorkshire Crafter saying evening, everyone. Evening, love.
Hi, Julie.
We've got Gillian Milne saying evening, everyone. Evening, Gillian.
Hi, Julian.
We've got DS Models saying hi, Danno, Mark, Horlix, and Geordie Dave. Evening, Dave.
Thank you. Hi,
Evening,
Dave.
Dave.
Bless you, Geordie.
And then we've got Crafty Chris saying evening, everyone. Evening, Christine. I hope you're feeling better.
Christine.
Oh, hi, Christine.
And we've got Jay's channel saying good evening. Hope everyone is okay and well as we could be.
Yeah, evening, Jay.
Evening, Jay.
Well,
Jay's channel said affects people's trust considering what's going on, going with the rising costs, etc. Not many people having spare cash now.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
That's what.
Warren's just coming and said hi, all.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, Warren.
Yeah, it is a shame, and it's just.
Well, look on another note, Danny, you're going to save some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing about it is,
Hard work as well.
it's not. I wanted a finished model, and that's the bit that gets me. Is I've enjoyed building it and everything else like that, but it's a very expensive paperweight.
That's the thing. When I started this model, I was like going, I was excited, and because I'm doing it live, it started building my confidence up and all that.
Yeah.
Well, do the Eddie live.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. So like on another note, on a more positive note, I am going to actually be doing the Eddie Starwatt live tomorrow. I'll be talking to everybody and going maybe doing the Eddie from after tomorrow live. So
Yeah.
This
So,
is give you a live to do.
I was going to say, going back to Mark, how, don't mind me asking, where are you at with the DeLorean right now?
I've got issues up to 93, 94, I think.
So what are you missing? Have you got all the body work?
No. No, I'm going to be missing the flux bands on the side, the wires on the side, all the back part of it. I don't have. It's, yeah.
I've got some spares. I don't know how much of the back end I've got, but I have got some spares because they sent me double issues near the end. I know I've got the fins.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look for you. Flux bands, I'm thinking you could possibly get EL wire.
I've got the EL wire rope. It's the silver part that the rope goes onto.
That could probably easily be 3D printed.
Yeah. It's just frustrating. But then there is bigger things to worry about than my models.
yeah,
The shame is the DeLorean and the Ecto 1 were the only two sci-fi builds I was doing on the channel, and that come to an end. So it's not great. But,
Yeah, it's just. I think it's just the worst thing. I think the worst thing about this is the not knowing about it for you, because yes, we've got some pretty solid information on what's going on, but it's, again, it's not. We don't know what's going to happen because you haven't had an official word. So,
an email off them just saying sorry for any inconvenience, but we went under. But something simple as that, just let all the customers know.
yeah.
Not even the staff knew, Danno.
That just shows you how bad the customer services must be. They can't even. I know they're going to lose their jobs and all that, but the least they could do is put an email out to all subscribers explaining what's happening.
Just want to pick up on this comment Jay's put in. This will drive eBay prices skyrocketing. People looking for parts.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that before the stream.
I know, that's what you said earlier, Mark, like, as well. I mean, it's, a bit of a sore subject, but my completed DeLorean has probably tripled its price just overnight.
So,
if you, but
it's just something we have to live with.
Yeah, this day and age now, people get sacked over text message. They don't get pulled into offices anymore. So it doesn't surprise us that they don't want to let people know.
It's bad. It's really, really bad. And they have been quite an established company for a long time. And it's sad that I'm so near to the end and I can't finish it. Even though I do know Ian over at Powerwork Upgrades, he's going to have a look at doing the roof rack for it, so people can finish it off. At least have a model that looks, similar to what we were going to get. But
you might do a better job of what you guys do.
Well, possibly. Jess put another thing in saying, fingers crossed for your campers. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. I am slightly concerned. I mean, I don't want to tar them with the same brush because they feel, they're different, but it just shows what can happen. And let me just mute Geordie because he's on he's done it. He's on a conversation. Yeah, so, I don't know. Well,
it's going to affect a lot of people, not just us who's building the models, but obviously people that work for Eagle Moss, and then you've got the people that are doing the
companies,
who are doing the mods for the models. It's going to affect them as well. That they might have stock that they can now no longer sell anymore. And I know
which is the shame. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of these mods. They're not. Some of them are not cheap at all. I mean, the flux capacitor and the Christmas tree for the DeLorean is not cheap at all.
No, I can vouch for that because I did want to do those mods on mine, but at the current time I was living in a house. There was just no way I could have afforded that at the time of building, and it was a shame. I would have loved to have done it, but some brilliant mods, and as you say, it's not just them, it's not just the staff. It's these little, the smaller companies and, like Model Mods and, Ian and stuff that are doing these mods and that are going to suffer as well. So it all goes down the food chain, doesn't it?
Mm. So, it's going to affect some people, a lot of people, happening, but...
I mean, I can see there's 5,207 people, at least, building the camper van.
Right.
Because I'm on subscription number 5207, which I guess means number. But, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to save a bit of money, I suppose, but I still just wanted a complete build. So, Jay's channel puts, Gostini don't know what version of camper they're selling, LOL.
Oh.
Yeah, they're saying it's a T2 camper when it's a T1 camper.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're saying it's a different camper van and it's not. They're saying it's a T2 when it's a T1.
The Agostini.
Yeah.
Mine's a T1.
The person who Jay spoke to.
Oh.
Said it was a completely different camper than the one that was being done in model space.
Cobblers.
You can't write it. Oh.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but hang on, you haven't getting them yet. What happens if you get them and it is a T2? And they've just used old adverts.
That's false advertising, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
we're not getting what they've advertised.
Yeah.
But
But you know what they're like? The big cock-ups all over. What happens if a T2 comes in the box?
That's a bit worrying.
Oh,
The
this is
T2
I don't know who works there. I'm just
the
going to throw
T2 is
some
naff
there.
compared to the T1.
You know, Eagle Moss, Diego Sorry, do know what I'm talking about. It's a T2 you're getting, not a T1. It's the adverts were wrong. You've seen an old advert.
we skipped on the advert. We just reused it.
Yeah. Oh well.
She'll start closing down now since there's not many in.
Yeah. No, sure.
Yeah.
what should we do? We'll have to we could wire the Enterprise into 240 and blow it up. No.
What you could do, Danno, is you could do a diorama of Star Trek Generations when it actually landed
Yeah.
and crashed.
Right.
I'll work something out one for if I can get the source out.
Just keep it still out and see what happens, as I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, just focus on your AD and then, you know, give them time to sort out what they're going to sort out, if anything. You know, probably not, but, you know, there is that glimmer of hope that they might be able to do something, surely.
Yeah, some investor might just suddenly come in and save them at the last.
That's it. I mean, we know what's going on, but surely no news from them is good news.
Yeah.
If you want to put it that way.
All I can say is, Danno, you should have listened to your mum. Because she said months ago you should stop the subscription and throw it in the bin.
Should have listened to his dad when I said don't touch Eagle Moss.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Like I couldn't buy it.
Don't talk stupid.
Oh,
You
dear.
know, Leo. Right. Well, I'll go first. Pretty sad show tonight. You know, but at least you got something out, Daddy.
Yeah.
So I'll say good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow night on the Eddie Starboard with Daddy.
Yeah,
Any
so
Horlix over there?
same as like I was going to ask, did you want me there tomorrow, or are you okay? I know you got me on here to help with like the electrics and that, but obviously I don't mind stepping down if you don't need me, you know.
Come along.
All right, we'll discuss it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, as I say, sad show, and you know, as I say, no news is good news officially, I guess. So we'll just wait and see. I'm sure Danno will update you in regards to his builds when the time's right. So it's goodbye from me, and see you on another stream.
So yeah, it's a goodbye from me. Thank you for tuning in. I know there's a lot going on tonight, which isn't great, but yeah, just have to live with it. So good night from me, and I'll hopefully catch you all tomorrow.
Yeah, good night from me. Like I said, I'm doing another show tomorrow, so hope we catch us all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Night all. Bye.